the racks where he will switch to righty. Of course, the break shot, we saw that to open, but when he needs power or maybe elevating the cue, if he's near the rail, you may see him go righty. And also if he's using extreme spin at times, something that requires, you know, your best hand-eye coordination. I think he's kind of eliminated that as well, though. He's really become incredible from the left side. Got to label John as probably a small favorite in this match, maybe a little more than a small favorite, but 9-ball pool, momentum means a lot. And, way short here with the cue ball. John, an excellent banker, but an odd stretch here.
Yeah, he was looking at formality. He was going to take the rack out there. It's become a tougher assignment now.
He's going to try to go to the upper left. Should know this pretty quickly. He put a lot of speed there. He may get a kiss. Oh.
Well, obviously annoyed. It was the positional shot that cost him from the 8 to the 9.
Yeah, when it comes to speed control, especially when tension is high, John and a few others in the field have something a little unique to where they don't quite pause at the cue ball like most other players. They don't settle the tip before the final stroke.
Quite pressing on there. It all started in that first rack when he failed to take it out.
And again, I mean, not to talk about it too much, but players that don't settle the cue before that final stroke, I think, do have problems at times. Ooh, a big roll here after a miss. John's going to have to show us one. He doesn't have a whole lot of options here. Onto the jump cue. Wow, the 7 is a long ways away. He almost has to land on the purple 5 here. He could jump this off the table. Not only cue ball, but the object ball as well. Wow, great shot, but no luck.
Please stop the clock.
Yeah, if you're wondering why, obviously he had to rush. He'd taken his time extension already for the rack. So, can Manas once again take advantage here?
And these players get one extension a rack, and of course 60 seconds after the break. Boy, you'd lose a bet thinking he wasn't ever 17, right? He looks a bit younger to me, but pretty smooth with the stroke. Really nice cue action going through the ball.
Yeah, he started playing, you know, when he was 7, so he's played a lot of pool already in his life, and he's already 2 racks to the good here. And John Morra knows full well he could have won them both. Certainly the first one, he had chances in the second, but the teenager on top.
And 2-time world 9-ball champion. On the brink of maybe defeat.
Yeah, he's at the table in the next, but as you say, meanwhile, Manas has missed the 5. That may be a key moment, actually, because, as I say, he was starting to look relaxed. He was starting to enjoy himself, obviously trying to extend the lead, but it's all turned back again now.
Yeah, tricky little shot here. Just got to avoid the 9, the 8. There's some little bit of worry with the cue ball. Watch out for a little rub on the 8 here. Should be okay. Yeah, both of us have said how relaxed Albert has looked so far, and of course it's easy to do so with a 3-0 lead, but looked a little more disturbed after that missed on the 5.
Yeah, he's made the odd error so far, but that one could be the first significant one, because it looks like it's going to cost him this rack. But Morra needed opponent to make a mistake. Just clip his wings a little bit. He was seemingly growing in confidence. So John Morra hoping that this is the start of a sustained recovery. Truth is, he's had enough chances to be 4-0 up, but at least he's now on that scoreboard.
It looked like he caught it a little thick. Oh no, actually overcut the ball. Appears John can just hold there. Wow, and he's missed his mark by some piece. He's snookered on the red 3, I believe, anyways. Maybe not. Looked like the cue ball slid over behind the 7-9. Yeah, he does have the edge. He's okay. Oh, what a big fluke that could be.
Oh, only just dropped as well. It's a 10-hole match, this. John Morra, maybe the mistakes he's made already just weighing on his mind a bit.
Yeah, smart here playing the safety. I think the bank's there, but ooh, he caught this way thick. Cue ball's way short of the back rail, and see how John's feeling maybe on a bank to the upper left.
Yeah, played that one well. He's not been at his best yet, has he? But he's digging in, and he's relying on the odd mistake as well from Manas. It's an interesting match, this. John Morra could just find a bit of consistency. You can see him turning this round. As it is, he's sort of relying on a few errors just to win the 2 racks that he has. And Albert Manas, of course, still in front in this race to 9. It's 4-2.
Pretty crafty. Oh, what an awful kiss on the pink there.
Yeah, it's a very sheepish look there because he definitely had him here until that last kiss, as you say.
And it's amazing that last ball rolling after the break, all kinds of ways it seems like can have some effect, and it certainly did there.
And Manas just focus here. Knows he's on top in this match. His opponent not playing anywhere near his best stuff. A bit of luck playing its part as well. All part of the game. You have to be clinical, don't you, when chance comes at an important stage of the match like this as well.
Tell you what, they have a lot of young players. Got to see so many through the years and of late, but I personally, for Poole, like his cueing better than any of them. And they're all great. Not any knock against, you know, an Anton Raga or Bernie or some of the other youngsters, Jeffrey Rhoda and whatnot. Playing this? Got to play safe here behind the purple. I'm behind the purple here. Kind of like the lighter kick here. Many reasons. It's an awkward kick, plus you keep your accuracy, and of course you're not going to get a snooker. That's the thing. There's no real extra balls there, so I really like the 3 on the lighter side. You may get, you know, to survive another inning, really. And you could still fluke it. Yeah, I like that speed a lot. I think there's a lot of good things that could happen. Now, it didn't work out, but that was a smart shot. He killed the ball nicely. He may have killed it a bit more than he wanted. Can he easily go 1 rail past the side here with a high ball? Gotta kind of creep it down there, David. If he gets into this ball, it could go towards the side. It's hit.
Well, it's in his hands again, and he's in trouble here, 6-2 down. He's kind of got to start here, the recovery.
It's a bit awkward as well. Just a little bit. He's got to put a little power. Gonna get between them. Wow. Trying to create a bit more of like a bounce effect off the purple to get a little more angle, a little more movement on the cue ball. It's going to end up where he's got to draw this, maybe follow 2 rails out.
Well, it's been a tough afternoon so far for John Morra, but the afternoon's not over yet. This has been a very good visit. Needed to make something happen. Yeah, he laid the
John
trap,
Morra
he had him
wins the rack.
snookered, and from the chance that came along, Yesterday, Fed August is just getting underway on table 2. Stafford Al-Nar just about to start. Actually, they're just playing the practice rack there, so it's just about to start on table 2, Fed August.
Well, I really don't see much of a path at this red 3. You could try to come 3 cushions to the bottom rail and up at it, but got to kind of bend the ball, hit right before the side. Yeah, I thought that path was a little off, but it was a tough hit no matter.
Foul stroke. Ball in hand.
Yeah, he's being kept well and truly
Please stop the
cold. He's
clock.
not really seeing anything now, and has his chance to level.
He's a little off angle, can cue the ball, so don't know if he can go with a high ball here, if he has to get into the bottom of the cue ball. Up here's the bottom. Now here's where the 8 being, the black 8 being very handy makes a huge difference getting position on the 7. When you're a little out of line and you have that 3rd ball that's very accessible, makes it a lot more stress-free. You don't have to get so tidy on the 7. So is that undershirt like Superman going into the phone booth and getting the cape on? Or, I mean, he's been a totally different person, right? Different player.
Yeah, I don't know whether Albert Manas has packed any kryptonite for the trip to Jeddah, but he needs something to happen. He's not seen any pots. He was snookered in this one. Ball in hand. Offered up.
Yeah, and a devastating snooker on top of that. So, John
Morra
Morra, good
wins the
stuff.
Yeah, really good stuff. He was 6-2 down. He wasn't playing his best stuff, but he certainly made up for it since. 4 on the spin, looking the stronger of the 2. He's leveled at 6-6. A really exciting match continues very shortly.
Yeah, I mean, he plays short side here on the 7. Yeah, I like that right there. I don't see the point to try and come back across between them, and then the speed control's got to be really good. Obviously, he's going to cannon into the 9 and could possibly make them both, but should be at a relatively light stroke here, whether it's a draw or a follow. Don't take your eye off the 8.
John Morra wins the rack.
That'll do it. So, as I say, he was stewing a little bit, but Manas came up dry on the break. He left him in a great position. And there is the final shot of the rack. 7 each, and these two be heading all the way.
Maybe saying it's a bad shot, but very difficult. And again, I would have looked at the safety there, and not saying, again, it was a poor decision, but I wouldn't say that at all. It's all about how you're feeling. But a lot of safeties there he could have played. And of course, what makes all great players great is them being aggressive, right? That's how you become a great player to begin with. Oof. Caught that a little thick to the pocket and almost cost him the cue ball in the lower right.
Yeah, this got very close, didn't it?
Yeah, well, you could see the two caught the far knuckle, right? And that's really what cost the cue ball path. Like he's going for this. Should go around the pink. Just really awesome technique. For his bright future, I believe it's the type of technique that holds up on all conditions as well. I don't know. Maybe this may be a little thin, Dave.
Yeah, he's walking a high wire here, isn't he? He's making it harder and harder every shot.
Again, he caught the pink a little to the funny pocket. That's why he overdrew the ball and landed on the rail. Okay, it looks like he's playing the safety behind the 8. Normally you would go behind the 9 here because it's tough to get behind the 8. And again, the experience we talked about a few moments ago. Put the 7 near the 8 there and put the cue ball behind the 9 on the right rail.
I wonder as well there, that visit, was there a little bit of excitement creeping in, a bit of adrenaline? He overscrewed one and just wasn't quite in control as he had been earlier.
Really clean there from Mr. Smooth. Talked about his father being a very, very good snooker player, and of course a pro snooker player. And I believe his mother was a pretty darn good cueist as well.
Yeah, she was a pool player as well. So it's in the family. Manas had a good chance, but just didn't quite keep control.
John
Morra on the hill. He was 6-2 down, remember. He's battled through to lead 8-7. One more needed for victory.
I think he's play the cue ball much safe. Now the youngster wants to take this on. Needs to just knock the 2 in and get over by this left middle. Don't try to get close to the red 3. Just get some type of cut shot, whether that be going forward or drawing the cue ball. Even running into the 6-1 rail here isn't the worst. Going forward, it looks like. Short side, though. Wow, what a hit.
It's been a fascinating contest. This teenager led 6-2. John Morra was struggling, then he really started to play good stuff. Now in front, but Albert Manas, 3 balls for Hill. Did say 8 each, Jeremy?
Kind of felt like that, David, and I'll tell you, he broke the balls really well. Did have a dry break in his last, so don't think he'll change anything going into this case game, but
Albert Manas wins the rack.
But definitely doesn't want to come away with the dry break.
Well, there we go. A very accomplished rack from Albert Manas, who has taken us to Hill, 8 each, all on the last one.
Wants to stay behind the pink. They caught too much of it. Needs this to go in.
Yeah, nearly got lucky. Now it's out of his hands. Sits down, folds his arms. He's played some really good stuff this afternoon, but he needs another chance, and it might not come.
I thought he was going all the way up table and back down. Talked about it earlier. When he needs certain types of touch, he'll switch back to righty as well. Really, the experienced kick here is to come to the short cushion, then the long cushion on the top of your screen here and at the 6. Gives you a lot of ways to cover the cue ball underneath the 9. Otherwise, if you kick to the short rail only,
Extension called.
you really have to command not only the hit, but the speed on the 6. Could fluke it in the side. It's going to spin out a little bit and get awkward.
What a thrilling finish to what's been a very entertaining match. It's always fascinating youth fee experience, isn't it, in any sport? We said that right at the start. It's still anyone's.
That hard to get the snooker behind the 9. The speed lays pretty natural. Oh, he checked it way short, it looks like anyways. Somewhat of a similar shot John played moments ago. Could bank the 6 back down, trying to come 2 cushions on the backside of the 8 with the cue ball. See how confident he is if he plays it with a little more speed coming up on the 8. Oh, he is. He likes it. He likes it. Very nice.
Yeah, the balance of power shifts again. Brack.
Foul stroke. All in hand.
Yeah.
So,
Go ahead, Dave.
no, he has his chance, doesn't he, the young man?
He sure does, and
Please stop the
surprising the kick with that much speed. I thought he would kick 2 cushions underneath it, trying to just hold the cue ball, get the 6 out in space. And really, when you kick with the lighter speed, you almost secure the hit for sure. Keep accuracy.
So 17-year-old Albert Manas, AJ they call him, has his chance to get this one, and what a victory it would be over a very experienced opponent here at the World Championship. Is he one to watch here in Jeddah this week?
Yeah, and if you look back, it was great play but by AJ, but also a few games given away at the beginning by John, and that's going to make the difference in his mind, I bet.
Yeah, he was 6-2 down Morra. He went 8-7 up. This was a very tense final rack, and Albert Manas has the 9 for victory. What a moment. In it goes.
Albert Manas wins the match.
The 17-year-old gets his teenage kicks here at the World Pool Championship, and he is absolutely delighted.